Okay. So this is my evaluation with questions 3, 4 and 6. So question 3, what kind of media institutions might distribute your media product and why? Well, when I did my pre-production planning, I looked at various media institutions and decided on Bure Media Group. The reasons I did this was because they had some similar products with, although not the same genre as mine, but the same age range. Bure Media Group is Europe's largest privately owned publishing group, which so they produce like well-known magazines, so they will have a good reputation. The group is a worldwide media empire offering over 300 magazines in 15 countries, as well as online TV and radio stations. So they have a big magazine, like there's loads of them, and they're worldwide, so it'll be easier to get across to other people. And there's a good use of different media platforms as well. A quote I found on their website was, "Our strategy is to connect audiences with excellent content wherever, whenever and however they want." So it just ensures me that the media group that I am choosing is accessible for my audience to get the magazine wherever they want. The media platforms I'd like to use are like phones, laptops, radio stations, television and other apps and games. And the media institution that I did choose, they have all these on offer. And the radio station, Kerrang, which is one of the brands that is offered by Bure, is one of the highest on the radio, has one of the highest reputations on the radio station.
So they already publish on all these platforms?
Yeah.
Okay.
And my target audience itself is into all of the different phones and laptops and things, so it's easy for them, which would make more profit for me. So why did I choose to have lots of media platforms? It's more accessible for my target audience, so they'll be able to, so if they're on their phones, they can download the magazine or receive updates, and generates more interest, so which would mean that my magazine as a whole gets more money at the end of it. It promotes the magazine, we have games, you could have games and apps which could be free, but you can still get money from that because it's promoting the magazine, which might lead them to buying it. And they can receive it at any time, so whereas in shops they're only open for a certain amount of time a day, whereas online you can get it whenever you want. And this is my magazine placed amongst some of the other magazines that Bure has, some of their brands. Why would they want to pick my magazine? Because it fits in with, all of these ones are Bure and that one's not, but it fits in with their kind of theme. It looks professional because of the softwares that I did use to create it. And it's a different genre. They don't have a rap magazine. They do a lot of rock, but that would widen their business as a whole because it makes them have another genre to their collection. So question 4, who would be the audience for your media product? I looked at the socio-economic before I decided to see what price and things my magazine would cost. So I had a look at my audience and decided which one they would be categorised under before I decided the price and things like that. And I decided that they'd be suited to be in category E, which is classed as the lowest level of substance, where they'd have free VTVs. Because they're such a young age group, they wouldn't be able to afford, they won't have full-time jobs and flash cars and stuff. So I decided that it would be easier to have them at that category so that they would be able to afford the magazine. I also looked at Young and Rubicon's theory with the 4 different types of audiences, which is the aspirer, the succeeder, the reformer and the mainstreamer. I thought that the mainstreamer would be best for my magazine because it's 40% of the audience of like the population, so it holds quite a lot, and it's people that are like everyday, so it's like generally what people want is like they'll buy it, they'll stick to what they know, and because the media institution is so big, they'll rely on that, and because it holds such a good reputation, they'll like feel secure about it and know that it will be good. My actual target audience is boys and girls, because I feel that the rap has this reputation of only being for boys. So I think that would open up my target audience a lot more if I included girls as well. I used all this, like the social economics I used for the price, because they won't have full-time jobs, so they won't be able to afford a lot. So I put it down to, I think, $1.99. The model's age as well fits the target audience as well, because they're in the same age range, which was 16 to 19. The colour theme, I put together a survey and asked what colour theme they would like, and they chose blue and pink, so I added that to make it more for them, and also like the stories link in with my target audience as well. Question 6. What have you learned about technologies from the process of constructing this product? Firstly, Photoshop, which I used to do my front cover and my front cover. And this is my college one, and the finishing music one, and I've learned that you have to actually blend in because you have layers. On this one I didn't quite blend in the hair because it was on top of a font, so it didn't look like, it just looked like it had been cut around and stuck there. Whereas I used learned some of the tools, so I got a blurring tool and blurred it around so it looked more like natural, that it was meant to be there. And just the layers in general, like layering on top of things to make it stand out and organise myself a bit better. Another one that I looked at was InDesign, which I used for my contents and double page spread. With my contents, I found that on the start I used quite unclear fonts and I couldn't really read it. So I learned that on my music one I had to take that on board, and I put it in more of a simple and easy to read font. And I had some page furniture as well, because it looked quite boring, and although I think contents are there to be information, like factual and stuff, I still think it's nice for it to be attractive, and so I just added some little furniture around it.
With your shapes that you made in InDesign, did you make them in InDesign or did you make them in Photoshop and then drag them over?
I made them in InDesign.
Okay.
Yeah. And then just the colour theme as well, I add, because on here there was actually purple but you can't really see it, so I just made it again look a bit more appealing and not so boring. The camera, I learned about the process of the camera as well, because of the different angles that needed to be taken, and the golden rule and the rule of 3 and stuff. And the lighting as well for the camera. Because before on my college ones I didn't really have a good variety of lighting, whereas on my music one I took them more, I thought about the time and stuff more. And just for organisation, PowerPoint and WordPress really helped me like structure myself. Challenges I found, again, I had to use like some tools to blur out the hair, because it was quite like a spiky, not just straight hair. It was hard to cut around it and blur it in. And on my double page spread, I had to actually cut the image in half and then have the other image on the left side, because if I just had the normal picture and then the font on top, it looked really messy and just too overcrowded. So I had to cut the image in half, and then on the left side change the transparency of it so you could see, which was quite hard to get the size of them the same, and How important is good technology? If you have to have a professional finish, which I did for using Photoshop and InDesign, because otherwise if it's not very good, no one's going to trust it and no one's going to want to buy it, which makes it look better visually. More people will buy the product, especially being from such a big media institution. They have more trust and like rely on it a bit more, and that will make the profits increase. And tips to success: use your time wisely and don't leave everything till last minute. Always back up your work, because sometimes I have lost my work and had to redo it. Organise yourself and have set targets. It kind of links in with time, using your time wisely. Like have set targets and meet them, so you're on track. Do what your target audience would prefer, not what you personally prefer. So I would link that back to my survey that I did on SurveyMonkey. And use YouTube for videos if you need any help with. If you have any questions about like the programs that you use, then you could just check YouTube. And
Okay, great.